Hi everybody, this is Pat from the Animatronics Shop, and we're going to continue building our Papercraft Chrome Skull. In our last video we left off and we were this far along with our chrome bod, and he's looking pretty cool. Now we're going to do the base so we can continue on with the rest of them after that. So I have the pieces for my base cut out. Now one thing I did first, I took a couple of pieces of foam core, and about this size, and I glued them together so it was double the thickness. And I took this shape here that's on your printout, and I cut this out using that as the template. And I came out with this. And this is what's going to go underneath our bot here in the base, just to raise them up a little bit so we get lots of motion with the mouth. And I cut it out with a regular X-Acto knife. If you're a young kid, you might not want to take this on yourself. You might want to ask your mom or dad to help you. And if you are young, you shouldn't be using one of these probably. Ask your mom and dad to do that part for you. Okay, so now that we have this done, here's my base, and just like I did before, I'm going to make the folds, but on this time here, on these folds along the edge, I'm going to make those like razor sharp and fold them completely back so it's a nice hard edge. And I'm going to go right around the whole base like that. So now those have a nice memory of having a nice hard edge. Looks like here there's one more piece that I'm going to need. I need that. Okay, looks like we have it all. Alright, now I'm going to take these tabs and I'm going to again fold those. Fold these back. Alright. Okay, I'm going to put out some fresh glue and start gluing. I think it's also time now for a new toothpick. So I'm just going to start working right around this. Doesn't really matter where you start from, but I think I'd start in the front. Hold the tab in place for a few moments. And move on to the next one. Fold that back. Probably should have folded all of these back first. It'll be fine. There we go. Fold that up. The weather down here in Florida has been freezing and everybody has a cold, including myself. I'm just doing like I did before with giving these flaps a little bit of memory on what I want them to do. And these here are pretty much all folded completely back because the neck is basically just filled with lots of hard edges. Alright, so now I'll just continue to move along. Again, that thing I said before where when things are symmetrical, or if you even have just two sides, they don't even have to be even. It's good to work one side and then the other side, and it gives the side you did before a little time to dry before you move on to the next flap. Like I'm doing here, I'm going left side, left flap, right flap. Okay. Just keep gluing and holding the flaps, gluing and holding the flaps. Seems like you'll be doing this for a while, but eventually, before you know it, all the flaps will be glued. Sometimes I wish I had smaller little fingers. So if you do have smaller little fingers, you might find yourself going even faster than I am, which is not all that fast. But if you take your time and do it right, sometimes doing things slower the first time means you don't have to do it a second time. Okay, so cool, look there. There's the base starting to come to be. I know that these are going to fold backwards. That one might not, but this one will. And glue these together. Or you know what? I might not. That'll be how I get into the bot. Yeah, I'm going to leave this how I get into the bot. Here I'm going to try to do 2 flaps at one time. But not that top one because it takes on a much different angle. Okay, cool. Same thing, other side. I'm going to do the 2 flaps. Just because that's really a straight line. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, finish up. I might change this Papercraft file so this part here isn't attached to this base because I don't want it to be. So we're gonna cut that in a minute because I want you to be able to open it up a little bit so you can put the base of the bot inside there. Okay, and now let's give this some bends in here like so. And where the lines are when it's all black is a little hard to do. So again, you can reference the printout if you printed one out. That shows you in black and white without any textures, and then you can get a good idea of where the folds would go. I'm going to glue this one on. Now I'm building the top part of the neck. And then we're going to make some cuts in here so it clears some of the mechanics. You don't have to be too particular around here because this is just, you don't even see this. This is just kind of there to cover up the mechanics if anybody were to like look that deep into him, this upper part here. I'm going to take a peek and see how long this video is rolling for. So it doesn't get 15 minutes for the neck. Okay, I'm going to try to wrap this up as fast as I can so these videos don't get too long because then they're really hard to upload. I think I should, once I finish these two, I think I know how I'll do it. I'll run this one out, but I might cut this video into two segments. Okay, and one more flap over here. I'm not even going to glue these last back pieces. I'm just going to let them flap for now. But there's that. Okay, so that pretty much will do it for our neck for now. And in the next video, we'll finish up the neck.